Hello peeps, welcome to Sundays with Sparky, with me, Matt Sparks. It's been a long time since I've seen you. I am still sick, slightly less sick than I was last Sunday, but I am still sick, as you can probably tell from my voice. I'm still sniffling a bit, I'm still coughing. I've been to the doctors and I've got antibiotics now, and apparently I have a viral throat infection, which is brilliant when the things that you want to do, like making videos, revolve around you talking quite a lot. Fortunately, through the magic of editing, I've managed to edit out most of that in the previous videos, so you haven't had to worry about it too much. But it did mean that editing videos took a lot longer than it normally would, and I imagine this one will probably have some of that in as well. So, what should we talk about first? Let's talk about movies, because I haven't actually watched that many movies this week. There's nothing really been on at the cinema that I've wanted to see, and it's typical really that now that I'm able to talk to you about the movies at the cinema, there aren't any on, because the time that I couldn't, there was some fantastic movies on. I don't know if Gravity is still available at the cinema, but again, if you haven't seen that in 3D, you need to see it in 3D because it is phenomenal. It is really good. So, what else have I been watching? Well, I finished off the Transformers trilogy. Actually, no, I didn't. Thinking about it, I got about halfway through the third one and then went, I can't bother anymore. So, yeah. I think I saw... Did I see a picture or like a poster or something for the new one recently? Is the new one got Mark Wahlberg in? I think the new one has Mark Wahlberg in. I'm not 100% sure, but who knows. So, what else did I watch? I watched this, 21 Jump Street, put my teeth back in. It's a bit silly, it's a bit fun. It is pretty funny. I think I bought it when it was like on sale because I was like, I'm not sure if it's going to be any good, but it was kind of fun. If you like that whole kind of like the kind of Ben Stiller, Superbad, Seth Rogen type comedies that seem to be popular at the moment, like 40-Year-Old Virgin and Anchorman and stuff like Dodgeball and that kind of stuff. If you like that kind of stuff, you'll probably like 21 Jump Street as well. So yeah, that was a bit of fun. I'm currently working my way through The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey, because with the new one's coming out next week. Yes, on the 13th in the UK. So I'm trying to watch it without falling asleep, but I tend to do it really late at night when I probably should already be in bed asleep. And so I'm doing it in like 30-minute, 40-minute spurts, because that sounds a bit rude. Because that's all I can stay awake for, because it's usually like 1 AM before I even start watching it. So yeah, some sad news that most people will probably be aware of already because it's been all over the internet, about Paul Walker from the Fast and Furious franchise dying in a car crash. Kind of ironically, really, that he should die like that. It's very sad and very tragic, and it's a subject that's kind of close to my heart. So I won't dwell on it too much. But I know that they had started filming the new Fast and Furious film, so as far as I'm aware, the studio says it's still going to go ahead. So I'm not quite sure how they're going to do that, whether they're going to cut him out of the story completely, or whether they're going to get someone else to play that character. It's going to be difficult for whoever does it, if they do decide that's going to be the case, because obviously it's not like when Heath Ledger did the Joker, because lots of people have done the Joker, and each just put their own little spin on it. But this is a character that's only been played by one person, and there's 6 films of him playing this one person. You know, you can't imagine anyone else playing that character. So I'm not quite sure how they're going to do it. Whether, as I say, they might just cut him out of the story. They might rewrite the story to incorporate him not being there. Or, as I say, they could put someone else in his place. I'm not sure who that would be. I guess you could put someone like Josh Duhamel, I think his name is. He was in the Transformers movies that I was watching recently. He was one of the guys who was one of the soldiers. I guess he could possibly do it. I'm just trying to think of people that look similar that would be able to pull it off. Maybe Justin Timberlake even. I guess he could probably fill that role, although I'm not sure that he'd necessarily want to get involved in that kind of franchise. So, who knows? Who knows? It'll be interesting to see what they do, but it's a very sad and tragic loss that Paul Walker and the driver, who I can't remember, and that's really bad, but apparently he was like a racing driver and they'd been best buds for a long time, so it's very sad. The thing that annoyed me the most was the fact that I saw videos on the internet of Tyrese Gibson visiting the scene, and there was like lots of other people there visiting the scene and kind of paying their respects, but then there were people videoing him grieving, and I was like, this is disgusting. I was pretty angry about that, so don't share videos like that, because it's not nice. If someone that you were really close to passed away, you wouldn't want a camera in your face for it to then go on the internet later and be shared by a ton of people. It's just insensitive, and I just think it's wrong. So if you see anyone sharing it, tell them off. Tell them, say Matt Sparks says you're an idiot. Don't do that. Okay, moving on. Games. Okay, so we had the last episode of The Wolf Among Us. The last episode of this chapter, because obviously it's a Telltale point and click, so it's done episodically. So for this episode, I guess, it's over. Cliffhangers and stuff galore. So if you haven't seen it yet, you should probably stop watching it in the background of this video and actually go and watch it in the playlist that I've put up, because it's pretty cool story. I don't actually have to do a lot of commentating for that because there's so much dialogue, and it's good dialogue, and the voice acting is great. It was also on Steam sale recently, so you probably should have picked it up in that. If it comes up in the sale again, pick it up because it's great. But you should still watch my videos. What else did we do? What else did I do this week? Oh yeah, I did a new big deck player, the Showman deck. I will be getting another one out next week, hopefully. I'm a bit rusty on the old Hearthstone at the moment because I haven't actually played a lot because I've been playing other things, which I should tell you about now. I have been playing Path of Exile and trying to wrap my head around how it all works, which is a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be. It's not Diablo 3, let's put it that way. Diablo 3 was pretty simple to work out how it all works. I'd never played a dungeon crawler like that before, really, I don't think, until Diablo 3. I didn't play any of the previous Diablo games, and I probably should have done, but I didn't. Although all the changes that they're making for the new expansion look like it could be making it a lot better. I've been watching a couple of videos of people that have had early access to the beta, and I am opted in for the beta, but until I get that magical email that's not a phishing scam, which is what most of them are, then obviously I won't be able to. But yeah, that looks quite interesting, the new Diablo 3 expansion. But yeah, so I've been playing Path of Exile. It's pretty fun. For a free-to-play game, it's great, actually. Because, you know, it's free. And it's harder than Diablo 3, for sure. The normal version of Diablo 3, like the normal playthrough, the very first playthrough you do, was easy in comparison. Easy. Because you could just go through it, and you might die once or twice, perhaps, if you're new to the game, and you might pull too many mobs, or there might be a pack that does something that you've never seen before, or, you know, there's a new boss mechanic or whatever. But for the most part, you could just steamroll through Diablo 3's normal mode without any problems. Path of Exile, not so much. I've just hit level 20, I think it is, on my witch, and the boss at the end of Act 1, I just could not beat. I had to go out and grind some, like, do some farming and try and level her up a bit and get some better items before taking her on, because she'd kick my ass every time. And I never really experienced that with the first playthrough. In fact, I didn't really experience that a lot at all in Diablo 3 until the really later difficulties. But obviously the problem with Diablo 3 was there was an auction house, so if you couldn't beat a boss, you could just buy a couple of items, enchant them, put gems in them or whatever, and then off you go, and then you'd be fine. You can't do that in Path of Exile, and there's no gold either, and that confused me because I'm used to just going, ha, gold, you know, like in World of Warcraft. I used to be one of the people in the guild that had more gold than anyone else. And yeah, there's no gold in Path of Exile. There's no money at all. It's all done like on a barter system. So you have items like orbs and stuff and scrolls that you can use to improve your weapons or identify stuff, or use like Town Portal. And you use those to trade with for items and such. So yeah, it's a bit weird. I'm still getting used to it, but I'm enjoying it, and it's a lot of fun, and it's free to play, so you should probably just try it out. The other game I've been playing quite a lot of, in fact I've been playing a ton of, is SimCity. I bought it recently because it was on sale, so it wasn't quite as expensive as it has been on Origin. And yeah, a friend of mine, Evo, he's been playing it for a while now, and he bought the new expansion. I haven't bought the expansion yet, the Cities of Tomorrow. I haven't bought that yet because I was like, well, until I know what the hell I'm doing, there's not much point, because I'll have all this extra stuff in the game that I don't know what to do with. So I'll get used to the sort of basic vanilla game, and then I'll buy the expansion at a later date, possibly. But yeah, I didn't realise quite how much I've been playing it until yesterday, but I've been learning how to play it better. So the first few cities I built would have maybe 20,000 people population, and then everything just started going down the toilet and breaking and knobs, and I'd be like, I don't know what I'm doing, why is this happening? That kind of thing. Last night, though, I had my first metropolis, 100,000 people in a city, and I was like, yeah. And at one point I was making tons of money, and everything was good, and then stuff started going a bit wrong. But it's still okay, but stuff started going a bit wrong. But yeah, I'm having a blast with that. I might make some videos on it in the future, possibly. But yeah. So yes. Oh, and Battlefield 4. I've been playing Battlefield 4. That was the other video that came out this week, with my buddy, my pal from up north, old Frielski, who does some streaming occasionally on Twitch. So I'll link you to. I'll put his link. I don't know how regularly he does it. It's not that regular, but I'll put his link in the description anyway, so you can give him a follow on Twitch and check out what he does. I think he streams some Rift occasionally, and maybe some Battlefield 4, but I haven't seen it yet. But I know he streams Rift. He used to stream World of Warcraft as well, but I don't think he plays that anymore. So yeah, I'm going to try and do some streaming today, possibly, provided A, my voice holds out, and B, I don't cough a ton. It's been pretty good in this video, so that's reassuring. Maybe the antibiotics are actually working, which would be nice. Once this cold and cough thing has gone, there will be some more Saints Row. I just don't want to make it more difficult for someone else to edit out all the coughs whilst I'm like this. So yeah, until this is gone, then there won't be. Yes, there will be some more once this is gone. And Suki's been really busy with university work and stuff anyway, so we'll get there. We will get there. I'm beginning to think that maybe Saints Row 4 was not the best idea to start a collab with, when we're both, well, when she's really busy, because it's a pretty big game, and it's going to take a while for us to get through, but we'll get there. We'll get there. So yeah, I think that's it for today, for this week. Again, I shall be watching The Hobbit. I'm not sure if I'm going to be watching it this week coming, or it'll probably be the week after, because it doesn't come out till the end of this week. So it'll probably be like Monday or Tuesday of next week, I imagine. So yeah. Anyway, it's good to see you again. Even though I probably look like crap because I'm. Bleh. But I did manage to have a shave yesterday, so that's good. I was like, yeah, big horrible neck beard. So yeah, it's good to see you. I'm going to stop saying so yeah, and I shall see you next time. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.